Hi, I'm Deborah Roth from Spirited Living and in delightful collaboration with the Wellness Universe. If you are new to the Wellness Universe, perhaps you're watching this video on my YouTube page, in which case you should definitely go right over and check out the Wellness Universe. They are a wonderful platform for wellness practitioners, for resources, for every level of wellness, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I have been doing these spiritual energy themes for all of 2021. Coming up to today will be the second to the last one I'll be doing for 2021. And what we have been doing here is looking at the energy of where the sun is. Now, I'm a longtime moon mama. I've been leading new moon circles and full moon meditations for 20-something years. And there's in any kind of connection with the cosmos, whether it's the sun or the moon, you're going to get some powerful messages, some powerful ideas of how to use that cosmic energy. So, if we look at this, we know that the sun is now in Scorpio. It moved into Scorpio on October 23rd, and it will leave Scorpio and move into Sagittarius around November 21st or so. And during that time, we can really highlight some of the Scorpio themes, which if you have any Scorpios in your life, as I do, you have an inkling of this very intense, that's kind of the key word for Scorpio, this very intense energy. And there are many themes, there are many topics that we could dive into with this scorpionic. Obviously, the scorpion is the symbol of Scorpio, but with this scorpionic energy, the one I've chosen to focus on right now is accessing your personal power. And I've come to that, I've actually highlighted that in a couple of my Scorpio new moon circles over the last many years. Actually, the name of those circles have been Transforming Fear into Power. And where the power motif comes from when we're talking about Scorpio is that Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto, which is the planet of death and transformation. And Pluto himself was the Roman god of the underworld. And when you think about metaphorically what that represents, the underworld is our deep unconscious. It's where all of our crazy obsessions and psychological urges and the deep stuff that we want to kind of keep in the basement in the underworld. So anytime you look at the messages of any of the mythologies from around the world, you see these images that really are very evocative for us. So Scorpio is a water sign along with Cancer and Pisces. It's probably the most intense, as I said, that's the key word, of all of the water signs. It's charismatic. It's got this secretive quality to it, and that's probably what makes it so intriguing and mysterious. And Scorpios, if they have a lot of Scorpio in their chart, can kind of be known for their personal magnetism, their sensuality, their sexuality, really, because one of the other big things that Scorpio represents is our connection to our sexual being, to who we are through the most intimate, because that Scorpio just wants to go really dive deep. And what's the deepest way that you can connect with someone? Probably through sex. So, you're not going to do that with everyone, but it represents the depth that Scorpio is just most loves diving to. So when we look at all of that, we know also that when you get into a conversation about sex, sadly but true, you also open up the possibility for all those issues of control and power and manipulation. So that's kind of the down. Every sign, every planet has an upside and a downside. The downside is that there can be jealousy and revenge and all these very deep emotional responses to power and to how we connect intimately with people. So think about all of those. Scorpios are also known, the Scorpion energy is also known to be very private, keeps things very their emotions very close to the vest. But it's definitely one of those still waters runs deep kind of things. I've got both of my sons have prominent Scorpios in their chart, Scorpio planets in their chart. So looking at all of that, how do we bring that energy of the Scorpio energy of power and transformation, literally of death and rebirth, remembering that it's Pluto, the god of the underworld, who's leading us on this path this month. So one of the, as I said at the beginning, that this theme of transforming fear into power can be one of the ways that you can practice this at home, practice this in your personal life, and literally take some time to create some sacred space and journal a little bit, create a little ritual for yourself. Journal about what are some of your greatest fears, or maybe just pick one. Let's just say that one is enough. What's one of your greatest fears? And what are the qualities? On the one hand, there's your fear. What is it that if you sit in deep contemplation with yourself, what are the qualities that you need to access in order to overcome that fear and move to a place of personal power? So this takes some journaling, this takes some deep work. You can do it with someone who loves you. You can do it on your own, just in deep meditation, and see what images come up. And one of the things that I do, I love this piece from, I'm not even sure it's you can find it anymore in the world. This wonderful piece from Sheila Chandra was her name. Zen Kiss was the album, probably like 20 or 30 years ago. And the words were, awaken to your power, awaken to your power, awaken to your power, oh, awaken to your power. Isn't that evocative? So you can sing that. That's one of the ways that we can get deep into our unconscious, where Scorpio loves to swim, and access that power. Likewise, go into therapy if you're not already. Do some of that really serious deep dive work. Get to know yourself better. Scorpio is a detective. It really not only wants to, Scorpios can literally be great detectives and researchers, and they just want to, go into the depth of things with other people and other things, but that also means yourself and your relationships. So think about that. Think about getting some sort of really deep work done by yourself, with a partner, with your family. Likewise, if we want to bring in the sexual piece of Scorpio as a way to dive deep, explore the Kama Sutra, which most people just know as this manual of sexual positions, but it's actually a sacred Hindu text, and maybe only about 20% of it has to do with the positions themselves. It's more about poetry and prose, and how to bring deeper pleasure to every area of your life. So those are some ideas for your personal life. Professional life, can't bring a whole lot of sexuality there. Don't try it. However, Scorpio, with its intensity, is very competitive. It's very bold and very assertive. Especially for a water sign, which can just, be like this, not Scorpio. So maybe create some fun, competitive games, otherwise known as team building, but not the kind that's going to be adrenalized and get everybody, crazy and hyped up with each other. But things like cubicle decorations, if you're in your, if you're back in an office, or it could just be your space around you if you're working from home with a team. Food drives. We're getting into the holiday time. Who can bring the most food? Who can sell the most? Kids are selling wrapping paper and other things now. Fitness contests, fantasy football. So all of these things are great ways that you can bring in the competitive spirit in a positive way that Scorpio represents, and help yourself feel more powerful. That's what this is about, accessing your personal power. Likewise, because of this this really penchant for going deep and getting things done that Scorpio can represent, find a project that has needed research, has needed, that you've been procrastinating on, and dive into it as a way to reclaim your power. it has taken power over you. If it's just kind of sitting out there somewhere, and and you're not in control of it, it's control of you. So take back your power in the scorpionic way that we're able to do during this Scorpio season. And lastly, just be aware of power plays at work, and just make sure that however you're relating to people comes from a place of personal power, not power over, not power between, but coming from a place of power within. That's the kind of power that we want to access during this incredibly powerful Scorpio time. So enjoy. Please check out some of the other Wellness Universe monthly themes, which we've been doing for all of this year. And I'll see you back here next month when we will come up with some rituals for the new year on our last spiritual energy theme of the month. Bye for now. Deborah Roth at Spirited Living, and hope to see you back here.